And we are back again. The main event just keep on coming here at the SuperKart USA SuperNationals 28th edition of this fantastic race. I'll tell you, I think we all kind of stood on the sidelines like, man, how good was that race in KA? We've talked about the driving standards throughout the week. Mike Smith, it wasn't in that race. Those drivers were fantastic up front, battling back and forth. And the side-by-side with Kearney and Ramos through turn number 8, flat out, full chat. Amazing.
Yeah, indeed, Rob. That was the thing. It's the respect level is phenomenal on that deal. You know, it's just so great to see these guys give each other the room, race hard, give each other just that little bit, and still able to come away with a phenomenal drive.
Hey, listen, it was elbows up. Guys were diving out. They were beating on each other left and right. You see, we're trying to give you the main event grid, but right now live timing not popping up for us here right now, so everybody's going to roll their way in here. This is what happens when you rely on actual internet. Back in the day, I remember having the sheets to look at all the time, right? There you go. It's lined up for us now. Billy Musgrave starting on the pole position. Remember, folks, Ben Cooper's now a 4-time winner. Musgrave already 5. He's thinking about 6 and 7 later on this afternoon. Musgrave for Factory Kart starting on the pole alongside Alan Shuto. Shuto and that GFC has been so good this weekend. Remember, we're talking long run now. That's what's going to happen on lap 11, 12, and 13. They haven't run those yet this weekend. Foray will be right there as well on the outside of the front row. These are your drivers a little bit further back in the action as we continue to fight our way, work our way through. I just got dropped off my internet. Happens all the time here. Let's have a look at the grid once again as to keep going. There it is over here. Davide Foray will be alongside Jordan Musser. Then we'll have Jonathan Vitolo and Anders Elkjar, Jose Montalto and Mirko Mazzoni, and then Matt Jasko and Luca Croce, the drivers who will be on the first 5 rows of the grid.
Talk about the next drivers here as we're still lining up here, so we got some time to make sure we get the next few drivers. How about Scott Presti and Sam Clace in row number 6, and Luca Bortone and Larry Pegram, John Baldessari, Kevin Woods, Luis Gautier, Frank Runco, Scott Hargrove, and Sam Bestwick to round out your top 20.
Drivers will work their way down in here for the standing start for Master Shifter, Billy Musgrave and Alan Shuto. Musgrave's always been known for a fantastic launch line. Obviously, coming into karting through motocross before he was able to even get into shifter karts. Very good off the line. But hey, listen, Alan Shuto was the better of them for the first 2 heat races as well. He was super strong.
Yeah, Shuto was looking good. In fact, it was Shuto who led at the final heat race. So it's going to be all to play for. They're just starting to get into the last bit of starting boxes here, Rob. We're going to go green for shifters.
All clear, the tail of the field. We'll go to the front, visors down, to the flag. Master Shifter. Green, green, green. Look at the ball scatter. Whole shot goes to Billy Musgrave. He'll work his way through. Shuto gets hammered in the back a little bit. He gets pushed off. He had to wait to get through that puddle before he got back on the gas. That was a veteran move by Alan Shuto. Number of drivers up and over. They're going to go 3 wide coming out of 4 and 5 here in the opening circuit. And Musgrave will use it to pull away early. Davide Foray goes into the 2nd spot. He's comfortably into P2. And how about Jordan Musser up into 3rd to get things underway. Clean and green for the opening half of the lap. Let's see what happens as they come back around. We'll give you the top 10 rundown as Musgrave rolls it across the line. He will start things off with about a second gap over Foray. Musser 3rd, Shuto 4th. How about, trouble for Foray! Trouble for Foray off from P2. Oh goodness, Davide Foray, the former world champion, is off the racetrack already. He'll roll the 692 Praga to the scales. Unbelievable turn of events for the driver who got out the line so quickly.
I was just going to point out, how about Matt Jasko up to 5th, but hey, how about, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And then you've also got Musser in P2, now Shuto in 4th, and then Presti, Bortone, Mazzoni, Croce, Vitolo, and Clace now top 10.
Oh my goodness, what a turn of events for Davide Foray. So that's going to move again. Musser into the 2nd spot. As you can see the lower half of the screen, you're going to see the absolute emotion of Davide Foray. I know I saw David Land rushing his way down there. I expect we'll be able to get a chance potentially to chat with Davide. Musser up into the second spot. Shuto goes into third. Matt Jaskell up into fourth. What a start for Jaskell from P10. Scott Presti fifth. Bortone sixth. Mazzoni, Croce, Vitolo, and Clays. The top 10. Watch for Clays to put his head down and work his way forward. But it's already a 2-second lead right now, Mike, for Billy Musgrave. That's not a guy you want to give that kind of a lead to.
Just going to say that in Masters, we talk about you don't want Ben Cooper to get out too far away. Hey, we talked about you probably don't want Turner to get too far away. Well, Billy Musgrave, same kind of conversation. Don't want to get him too far away now. As we get another lap in the books, advantage still Musgrave by about 2/10 over Musser and Shuto that time by.
See the battle there further back for fourth and fifth. That's Matt Jaskell and Scott Presti. Didn't get a chance to talk much about Matt. Here's a driver who has run, I think, 22 of the 28 SuperNationals. Always likes to come out and see if he can run. Did a lot of racing back in his earlier days. Finished as the race winner in the 80cc junior category back in 1998 or 1999. Then went on to actually be picked as part of the 4 drivers in the Red Bull Driver's Search alongside Scott Speed, Colin Fleming, and Dominique Claessens. A Red Bull driver for a number of years, ran Formula BMW USA, won that championship, won a lot of races. He's done a lot of stuff in his life for sure, and Jaskell continues to have karting at the core as that pro driver. He's run NASCAR races in trucks, in Xfinity, done a lot of different racing. Always love to have him here. Being told the input from David Land from pit lane and the scales, Mike, an engine issue for Davide Fori.
Unbelievable. I mean, that's the thing, too. We talk about body of work, and there's one more page that need to be written, and unfortunately, it only had a couple of sentences in there for Fori, and it was engine failure.
Yeah, tough one for sure. Here's the battle for second position right now. Jordan Musser versus Alan Shuto. Musser been trying to win here at the SuperNationals. He runs second right now. I'm not sure that they have the pace to hang with Billy Musgrave. Again, think about that. He is a pro shifter driver as well. There have been some people that have talked about the fact that maybe we just shouldn't have guys in pro running in the category. You can't run either or. It's legal right now, and Musgrave using it to his advantage. He is a Masters level driver, also running in pro. We're going to grab his 6th SuperNationals race win. Shuto's been able to get by. He goes to P2, Musser back into third.
Yeah, Shuto did not have the start. You talked about it earlier. Smartly negotiating that wet patch on the outside of turn number 1 after not getting the start he wanted, now having to work his way back up to P2. But still 3 or so seconds is across the line here, about 3+ seconds off. There it is, 3.3. There's a 2-second advantage, Musser to Presti. Presti's gotten the job done on Jaskell. Mazzoni's actually gone by as well. I don't know. These two, yeah, I was just going to say Musser. Maybe even Musser's like, I don't know if we're going to catch him. I'd like to have best of the rest.
This is great stuff, though. Jordan Musser versus Alan Shuto. Shuto, another 80cc junior SuperNationals winner. I want to say 2002. I think he won when we came to the Rio for the first time. Musser, of course, as we know, 5-time, I think, SuperCarts USA Pro Tour champion. Rotax National champion multi-time as well. Again, one of the legends of our sport, Jordan Musser, no doubt about that. And running here with PSL Karting, 3G Kart Racing. Dave Pauley has been a longtime supporter of the efforts for Jordan Musser. Indeed, Musser hammer down out into the second spot. There's that run we're talking right now. Scott Presti up into the 4th spot. 5th is Mirko Mazzoni on the ITAL course. 6th now is Jaskell. 7th is Vitolo. 8th Croce plays up a spot as they've been able to get by Luca Bortone. What do you got, Mike?
Vitolo down to a 45.1. He's actually running lap times right there. Maybe the second fastest guy on the course right now. 44.9 is Musgrave last time by. 45.0 for Musser. 45.1 for Vitolo. He's rolling.
An absolutely horrible weekend for Scott Skitchy Barnes out of Bermuda on that Maranello. He's been on the podium multiple times before. His birthday today on Super Sunday, was hoping to give himself a present and get the thing back on the podium. But it seemed like every heat race, we saw him rolling in front of us early here to go to the scales. There were some issues for him, 100%. There's that move to the inside for Vitolo in the 6:34 as he gets another spot. Getting by, I think, got by Jaskell, so he's up a spot as well. But I was just going to say, Skitchy Barnes up 11 positions now. Started back in 29th. He's up into 18th to see if he can't get himself to the top 10 throughout this 22-lap race.
I mean, to your point, we saw him go by through here or back on the truck. It's been a tough one for Skitch, and it's not like, again, one of those Danoff in early.
Danoff, yeah.
But yeah, he's either been in the fence over here or in the truck. It's been tough for Skitch, so it's good to see him rolling on up, heading to the front.
Yeah, at least get a good race in, right? The last thing you want to do is come to the event like this and scrap like that and just get pushed backwards.
Sam Clace making a move on Croce. They're in turn number 4. Next one on his list will be Matt Jaskell.
Yeah, good run here so far for Sam Clays. Up, I think, 4 spots now into 8th position. Watching these guys get at it here. Early running in our Master Shifter category. Billy Musgrave just set the fast lap. He is rolling, not surprisingly. Kart CRG USA, the sponsor of the category. Here's your fight for second still. Musser versus Shuto.
Tricky conditions out there, most likely for these guys. Again, cold temperatures, whatnot. Move to the inside. It's going to be Mazzoni on Presti. Job done. Crossover move.
Maybe not. Over
Here we
under.
Go. Turn number 7.
No, not enough. Scott
Presti
gets the over-under to come back at it. But look at who that has allowed back into the fight. Jonathan Vitolo rolling up here. Look at Jonathan. Again, folks, he has not raced all year long. Hasn't been in the shifter since the SuperNats last year. He did tell us, doing a lot of cycling, but on the bike. He's in good shape, but he hasn't raced, for goodness sake, since last November. So put on a great show here in the GFC. Vitolo running in the 5th spot. Jaskell 6th. Clay 7th. Croce 8th.
A couple laps ago, I pointed at the time charts here, and I was seeing there's another try. Here we go, real quick. Mazzoni to the inside. Oh, covers it off that time. He got it right.
Vitolo's loving this, though, right now. He's like, yeah, you guys keep battling. This is good stuff. I got a great hot rod. I'm trying to get myself up onto the podium. And indeed, that's 4th, 5th, and 6th. Those the 3 drivers trying to get the final 2 spots on the podium. Leader Musgrave out by 3.8 seconds. Musser and Shuto scrapping it out for P2.
Yeah, and what I was going to say before Mazzoni had to mess things up by making a great pass, it was Musgrave who had lost 3/10 in one lap. I'm like, oh, hold on a second. And then, no, he responded. But that's, I mean, tricky conditions, cold. You can have a little bit of a mistake. Remember, Cooper said he got a little bit wise, like he thought it rained for a second. Little things can make a big difference here on this one. And only a little bit of a loss for Musgrave. He was able to rebound and, again, putting down qualifying laps right now.
Yeah, that blue sky we had for a time, hard to find when you look at the skyline now. Temperature has cooled down quite a bit. John Crow out of this race as well, was running 22nd. Crow just pulled into the scale line, so that'll be it for John Crow here in 2025. Oh, contact at turn number 13. Someone's backed into the barriers there. One of the Sodi Kart drivers. And again, all these drivers coming out, yellow flags flying. If somebody hits this cart, it's your own fault because the flags are flying for you. Make sure you know when flags are flying, something's happening. Here comes Shuto, fakes him out the inside. Man, this is good stuff here. This is the battle kind of like we saw between Turney and Ramos, what we're seeing here with the Shifter Kart Masters drivers, Musser and Shuto.
You can see him eyeing him up. He's trying different lines, see if he can carry. A lot of times we'll see him kind of open up the previous corner to crossover. You really see that another driver having a problem. That's the entry of, I believe, 13. But you'll see him open up, especially on the single-speed carts. They'll open up a little bit the pre-corner to cut back underneath. Shuto trying to find a way around Musser to head down the straightaway, starting another lap.
Bunch of drivers getting sent to the scales as the leaders are rolling in. John Crow, Rene Martinelli. That might be Martinelli off the track there. Frank Runco, Daniel Ferraz, David Gardella, Chris Salutis, Kevin Simonalik, Danoff, McGregor, Foray out early, Patrick O'Neill, and Morn Von Tock did not take the green. 30 drivers remain on the racetrack right now. 14 laps down. 8 to go. 8 laps remaining of the 22-lapper. And this Musser-Shuto battle continues. Both these drivers not letting up at all.
The top rather, and then the next 2, then a big gap back. And it's going to be Vitolo versus Mazzoni here very, very quickly. As Clace is actually dispatched Presti. You're going to move Clace up to 6th now, and I think he's right in that train as well.
Yeah, look for a little further back. You'll see it coming through. There you go. That is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Mazzoni, Vitolo, Clays, Presti, and Croce. Second back to Jaskol, running in 9th. Only in the second half behind Jaskol is Scott Hargrove, folks. He is up 9 spots, started 19th. He has worked his way into the top 10. The Catalyst driver development, ITAL Kart pilot Scott Hargrove, now up into 10th. That one bad heat race dropped him way down the order. There's the 601 right there of Hargrove, your Pro Tour Master Shifter champion. Digging hard, trying to close up on Matt Jaskol. Last time by, he was quicker by 0.4 of a second. Very likely he's going to be able to reel up potentially to Jaskol at 9th.
You see the battle continuing there between Musser and Shudo, and that's mid-corner speed, that apex speed from the 632 of Shudo. We've seen it all week, just being able to roll the corner. I'll tell you what, Musser's doing the same thing, though. Really, really strong. The only other, the GFCs and the Sodis have really been able to do that well, but how about Musser, man? That car looks really, really good, especially center off. He's able to get off the corner, get the power down really well.
So remember, 14, 15 laps in, so now we're in kind of uncharted territory for the setups as the drivers have gone a long distance, I think 14 laps potentially in that longer 12-minute session, the happy hour session we had on Thursday before qualifying.
Ooh, Vitolo into the water just a little bit. There goes wide. Here comes Clays to the inside.
Sam Clay is going to take advantage of Vitolo, so Clays goes into the final podium spot, P5. He'll go to work here now on Mirko Mazzoni. I'll say this, 5 more races still to come after this one. Micro Swift, X30 Junior, Mini Swift, Pro X30, and of course we'll cap it all off with Pro Shifter. 5 laps to go here. Master Shifter brought to you by Kart CRG USA. Billy Musgrave long gone, 4 seconds, going to try for his 6th win at the Super Nationals. He's into turn 1, here comes the field cross. A little bit of tape pulling off there for Alan Shudo. Wants a little bit more engine, cool down that engine a little bit, Mike. The tape off there, get some more air running through that radiator.
Yeah, exactly, and keep an eye on that thing. A lot of times you guys have those dummy lights on there. Kind of tell you that thing's getting a little bit warm for me. I'd like to cool it off. As you see on the top, it is Musser versus Shudo, but on the bottom, actually that was Vitolo who, after getting in the water just a little bit, ended up having another slide coming out of turn number 7 that same lap. So 2 big issues there, and he started to go backwards. As Clace on your screen right now, move him up past Mazzoni.
Yeah, he was able to get by. So Sam Clay's up into the 4th position right now. I don't know that he has the pace. He does not match Musser and Shuto, but Clays, who started back in 12th, has moved his way into 4th spot. So a great run for Sam Clays up into that position, digging in the 614. Back to this battle for 2nd. Musser a little bit more shallow on the entry into turn 4 there. Laps winding down, 3 to go for Master Shifter. Billy Musgrave looking to put his 6th Super Nationals win on the record. He's became the lone man at 5 last year. Ben Cooper now a 4-timer as well. 6 wins on the docket potentially here for Musgrave. Couple laps away from it. 2 to go. 2 laps to go, 20 down. 2 to go, and Musser continues to hold off Shudo. Pretty good run here for Musser. You think about how good Shudo's been. Qualified on the pole, won some heat races. Musser falls a little bit further back, but he has dug hard all weekend long with PSL karting to get that kart the way they wanted. A fantastic launch off the line, able to go to work. He goes to 2nd. Now he's going to have to hold off Shudo to see which step he'll be on when we get to the podium.
Yeah, you can see Musser now. He's going to negotiate 9 and into 10. You see a little bit of an early turn in, drop a gear, and look at that quick rotation around the apex. The shifters, they can pull that off and not actually lose a whole lot coming off. Turn 13 around, and we see the white flag in the air. Last lap for Billy Musgrave and history.
Yeah, Musgrave is rolling. They'll keep on this battle for P2. Musgrave out front all by himself, barring any kind of a technical issue. He's going to be able to run away for this one here. Shudo does not throw it down the inside of turn number 5. They've got 4 seconds up to Sam Clay, so they can really hang it out to dry here if that's what they want. Coming down in now to turn number 6 and 7. A bit of contact on the exit. Oh, they almost touch. They do. Shudo almost climbing over the back. Here's your leader coming out of turn 10 and 11. You know, he started winning races back in S2 a number of years ago. He's been stacking them up in Pro Shifter. He's a 6-time Super Karts USA Super Nationals champion, Billy Musgrave. back-to-back wins in Master Shifter, the factory cart. Scores it again. He'll use that water on the outside of one, looping her around. Nice job for Musgrave. 6 wins for Billy Musgrave. Jordan Musser comes home in second. Alan Shuto in third. Sam Clays in fourth. Jonathan Vitolo works his way up into fifth. What a great run for Jonathan there. Scott Hargrove plus 11. He goes up to 8th. Billy Musgrave, though, what a drive for him. 6 times a Super Nationals winner. Mike, a little bit of cushion there in terms of winning the title. Fantastic job for him. Billy Musgrave ready to light it up once again here as a 6-time Super Nationals race winner. Hey, is he thinking about signing his name there potentially? We'll see how it goes. Just as I thought, is he going to get through the rain there? There it is. Good stuff for Billy. 6 times a champion. He'll roll that thing back. Billy Musgrave, 6-time winner as he captures the victory in the Master Shifter category.
Rear end of that cart's got too much grip for those big, tight circles. Great run for Musgrave. Phenomenal job.
They get a push to get him back rolling in here. Of course, he'll be the last guy to come through. Billy Musgrave, folks, fantastic job. The American Badass coming away with another Super Nationals race win. We're going to wait here, get that helmet off, and see the excitement of one Billy Musgrave.
Billy Musgrave, history again. My goodness. I mean, that was a historic burnout, too. Billy Musgrave finally gets the helmet off. A 6-time winner here at the SKUSA SuperNats. Can you even put it into words?
Not really. Here we are 12 months later. Completely new chassis, basically. 72 changes. This is kind of the first honest race on the new equipment. All week we've kind of been able to use Masters as kind of a test bed for our Pro Kart. Try a bunch of stuff on the setups. So funny enough, this morning track looked like it was going to be dry, so we put everything literally right back to stock, how you would get it out of the box, and that's how we raced it in the main, and the thing was a light switch.
Tom's here to say hi.
I usually come out and greet him, and I'm fucked up in my legs. I couldn't walk. I'm usually the first one to give him a fucking hug. Congratulations 6 times. Congratulations. Proud of you.
And as I asked you last year, how important is that to get the accolades from Tom Kutcher?
It's huge. I mean, everything this man's done for me. I wouldn't be here without him. This race has honestly made my career and made me who I am. Way back in 2012 and all those years till I got my next win in 17, 18, 19, and now here I am. One of the oldest guys in the pro class, and a little. I know people complain on the Masters side, but man, I'll be 34 next month, and it definitely doesn't get easier. So, luckily for me, I got a great group of people around me. It's been, it's been an emotional year. These last 12 months, 13 months, a lot of change, a lot of stuff. Moving out to Phoenix with the new building. Can't thank Justin, Duke, everybody around me, Luca, John, my wife Chandler. Thank you for always supporting me and all those long nights when I'm away from home. And yeah, it's been a long year, but this is kind of the launch bed for our Factory Karts 2.0 and what's to come for 2026 and beyond.
He doesn't have too much time to celebrate it because he's got to go for number 7 in Pro Shifter, but that's Billy Musgrave. History made here at the SKUSA SuperNationals.
David, no doubt about it. Again, there's going to be a chapter in the history book for American karting all about Billy Musgrave and Factory Karts and what's happened to this program over the last couple of years, as he said. A fantastic program, of course. Musgrave's rolling in. I'm going to head down to Victory Lane. Mike, I'll give you the recap.
As you say, Rob, a spot in the history books there for Billy Musgrave, and right now won handedly with one name in it. 6 times for Billy Musgrave. We await our Coastal Inc. recap right here. It all starts with the hole shot. 6:30, Billy Musgrave gets out front. Well and clear. A little bit of contact there for Shuto. Shuto carries it, or gathers it up, rather. Able to keep going. Davide Foray done before it started, unfortunately. Bringing in 692 early. This nice battle we watched the entire time. It was Muster versus Shudo. One driver out early, or late rather. Everybody made it around him, and then the fights continue on down through the pack. A couple of drivers finding the walls. And the other gets out was Mazzoni there, it looked like. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wild. With Musser coming out. P2, Shudo, and how about the burnouts? A little bit of water help. Phenomenal job for the 630. Billy Musgrave. What a job well done. The master shifters done and dusted. And we're going to kick it on down to Rob Howden, who's going to be rolling here with some podiums here very shortly.
Yeah, we have just received some major breaking news in the KA100 senior class. Diego Ramos has indeed been penalized for a pushback bumper. Joe Turney declared the winner. Marin Kremers, once again, will finish second at the Supernats. But Joe Turney declared the victor in the KA100 senior class. A bit of a huge story, to say the least.
Yeah, and indeed, obviously a big story right now here in that particular category, but we're going to refocus ourselves down here. Ourselves back down in here to victory lane to get things underway with Master Shifter. Those drivers have worked their way behind the stage. Time to get things underway. Finishing in the 5th position in Master Shifter today, a great driver moving forward, Jonathan Vitolo coming home P5. Vitolo, P5, had an issue at the start, but was able to drive his way back forward. A great run. This side over here, Jonathan. There you go. Good stuff. Again, an issue at the start, not able to get off the line as cleanly as possible. Comes home P5. Still a great drive for him. Finishing in the 4th spot. Man, did he ever come his way through the field. Finishing 4th, Sam Clays, P4. Past a bunch of cars coming forward. Excellent drive for Sam. Had some great battles there. Actually, outside the top 3, obviously, was more of the battle, but further back, 4th on back with some really aggressive racing. Great stuff, great passing for sure. Again, we know this battle for second place was on all race long. They were all over top of each other the entire time. Finishing in 3rd spot today, the 632, Alan Shuto.
Strong run for Allen to P3. Yeah, I was just going to say, former 80cc Junior Super Nationals race winner. Extreme karting. Used to race for Tom back when he was a young lad, running the 80cc shifter. Great job for Alan Shuto. One more spot's all this guy needed. He's trying to win that Super Nationals, but still always a fantastic run. Jordan Musser, ladies and gentlemen, coming home second place today for PSL Karting on the Beer Art. What a battle he put on with Alan Shuto. Unbelievable drive there. Great start for Jordan over the first couple of laps as well to be able to work his way up into second. And, of course, they hounded each other with Allen all over his rear bumper for the entire race distance. One more trophy, of course, to give away, the top step of the podium. As you talked about in the broadcast, folks, he is now a 6-time race winner. You go back to 2012 in Formula S2 for that first win. Ladies and gentlemen, 6-time winner and a 2-time back-to-back winner here, Master Shifter, Billy Musgrave! Musgrave got away early, able to leverage it, go out to like a second and a half on the opening circuit. Musser and Shuto tried to do what they could to reel him in, but everything was good coming out of the gate for Musgrave, and he was able to pull away cleanly. Fast lap of the race as well, a 44.873. Really just only about a tenth quicker than Musser and Shuto. Trophies in the air. Here it is, folks, my podium in Master Shifter. Great stuff for these drivers here at the end of a long 22-lap battle. Guys, grab that champagne. Get her up there. Grip it and rip it. There comes the spray. You can sip it if you want a little bit, too, but they're going to go after each other. Good stuff there. Oh, Musgrave's going to get a lot of it on that one. There you have it, folks. Billy Musgrave is, again, a 6-time winner. Went 5-time last year, 6-time this year. He leads the way and is a back-to-back Masters Shifter race winner here at the Super Nationals.